You're listening to the Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
I don't know about you guys, but as the kids are getting older, just every single weekend, can we have a sleepover? Can we have a sleepover? Hunter wants to have a sleepover. Eatingo wants to have a sleepover. Can I have a sleepover? Can I go over his house for a few hours?
We're not sleepover stage. We're playdate stage.
Is that not awesome, though?
Playdate.
Well,
You get to go out to dinner because both your kids are out.
Sarah, you know what? I'm going to break it down for you right now. I agree with you. Every now and then it is good, and I like the boys hanging out with their mates. That is great. But we all know that if you send your kid over to someone else's house, they're coming back ratty for the rest of the weekend.
Oh, is that the big one?
Because they don't have much sleep and they're excited. And
We
all
had
this
midnight
kind of stuff.
snacks.
Yeah. So, you know what, Lenny, there was a couple of things, indiscretions. I can't go into too many because he's probably listening on air now. I love you, mate. Well done. But this is, how's this yesterday? BJ gave him $10. He had a sleepover at Hunter's over the weekend, and then his dad Hamish, this was awesome, said, hey, we've got tickets to the Swans Collingwood game.
Great.
Can Lenny come along? And I said, mate, that is awesome, because that was sold out. They got one of their highest crowds in the last 25 years.
Even Chris Rock went.
Great win by the Swannies. Well done. Unbelievable effort. They beat the Pies. But Lenny went along with that, and BJ gave him $10 to go along to buy what he wants. You know, when you give $10 to a kid, that's to see their eyes light up.
Wow.
Well, they think that they could buy half of Cadbury.
Yeah.
Not at the SCG, you can't.
Well, no, yes, yeah, fair.
Have a Diet Coke,
Fair
that's
call.
about it.
You could probably get half a lobster roll from Justin Hemis there now these days. But anyway, he goes there and he comes home and BJ goes, have you got any change from your $10? And he goes, no. But wait there. I'll go get something.
Huh?
Goes down to his jacket pocket, pulls out a fibby.
What?
He's got a $50 note.
You're kidding me.
So I'm going...
How did he do it?
Okay.
That is one of the best magic tricks I've ever heard
I'm
of.
thinking, what's his side hustle here? And this is what I love. I love that kids have no idea and no concept of money. But he said, oh, yeah, I was at Hunter's. He just opened up his piggy bank. He said, yeah, Lenny, do you want $50? I went, yeah, for sure, I'll have that. So I'll put that now in my piggy bank. Oh, no, it doesn't work like
Awesome.
that, mate. You
Awesome.
can't just accept $50 from your mate because he probably got that from his grandma for his birthday and that he's saving for something bigger. And he goes, no, he said to me, Lenny, I don't need this $50. You can have it.
Cute.
So it's now mine.
Wish I had mates like that. Here, mate, you take it. Have that.
Unless he's done the old elbow into the side and said, well, have you got any money that I can have? Look, you got 100 there. Can I have one of those pineapple
Tell you
ones?
what, I'll give you my tenner if you give me that 50.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Did he swap it?
One of the great moves I've ever seen.
So, Lauren and Hamish, if you are listening this morning, we got the $50. We will return it to Hunter.
Oh, you
at
haven't
some
called
stage.
them?
No. Well, he's going to give it back at school today.
Mate, you can't send the 50 along with him. Do you reckon he's
No.
honestly going to give it back? He will be shouting every kid at school,
Yeah.
lollies at the tuck shop.
What I do want to know is, did you come across a large amount of money when you were a kid? Now, it could have been something you were doing dodgy on the side, a side hustle, or did you find money? 13 24 10, give us a call. I told you we got busted. We made up fake raffle tickets where you could win a car.
Okay.
And when I was 11 years of age, we went around and door knocked in the local area in Christie Downs, which is a pretty dodgy area.
Selling raffle tickets.
Yeah, we made around about $87, I think it was.
Still good.
Because I remember Dad blowing up going, you're 13 off 100, that's bad luck, so go and return it to everybody. We had to go back to every house that we took money off.
Sorry about that. The car's
We had to
been
give it back.
won.
But I remember we sat down on the bed, my mates and I, and we had over $80 there, and we were just looking at it going, oh my gosh,
We're loaded.
we could travel the world with that.
Who wants a Ferrari? Let's go shopping, guys.
Could have back then.
We've made it. Joe and Engadine, welcome to the show. How much money did you find as a kid?
When I was about eight or nine, I was playing netball down at Bellingara in the Shire, and there's a little set of shops, and outside the set of shops I found $980.
Oh, my God.
What
Cash.
was it in, Joe?
It was just on the ground.
Yeah.
So it was just on the ground. So I just obviously had just walked in to get something. Anyway, we handed it into we went to the shopkeeper and then we handed it into the police.
Yeah.
And it was claimed by a lady. And she then got my information off the police and dropped round a little Holly Hobby jewellery case.
Cute.
So that was very sweet. So, so I didn't get to keep any of it. But, you know, 8 or 9, that was pretty sweet.
Hey, Joe, so did it have an elastic band around it or?
No. It was like it had just fallen out of somebody's pocket or wallet or something. So it had, obviously just happened. But the person wasn't there, so the police got it, and so that's how it worked out.
Give the kid $100. Come on.
The other thing is too, you never know whether you're going to get a reward, Joe. So really, you should have skimmed off the top and handed $500 into the police.
I don't know. I was one of those nerdy good doers, so I was too nervous.
Good on you, Joe.
Only the good die young, Joe.
Remember the grey gorillas, the $100 note? Remember those?
Sort of.
Before the green ones. So Dad found one of those at the show. As we were walking out of the show, Dad's found a $100 note. And back then, we're talking 80s, it was massive. And I remember Dad and Mum sat me down, big smiles on their faces, and said, you know what, we're going to give it to you. Aww. What do you want to do with it? And I said, I want to buy some footy boots because you get me lottos every year and they're crap.
Yep.
So can I get some good footy boots? And I went down there with my wallet and the $100 note. And as I was trying on the boots, I left my wallet on the front counter and someone stole my wallet.
Oh, Fitz, that's heartbreaking.
Looks like I'm back in the lottos. Dad, the lottos are fine.
Dad was like, here's your lottos.
There you go, mate.
Here's your hand-me-downs.
Xavier, welcome to the show. You found some money?
Yeah, I did. I found 200 down in Jindabyne, just walking on the side of the road.
Where was it, Xavier? Just on the road?
It was just it was on this, in the bushes, off the path.
Yeah.
And I was 9 at the time, and I was like, I need a new BMX tyre. So we went over to the shops and we got me picked up with a new BMX tyre.
See, that's better.
Cute.
That was smart, mate. You spent it straight away. Well done, Zave.
Xavier, what brand was it, Zave, before I go?
It was a mongoose.
Yeah, got the goose. Well done, Zave. Well played, buddy.
Luke in North Richmond, how did you get your hands on some money as a kid?
So I'm Italian, and my grandfather, my nonno, used to always put aside his change from when he used to get the paper every day.
Yeah.
So he had this leather purse in his closet. I knew where it was, and he never touched it. So I was like, buy everyone snacks at our primary school the tucker shop.
Yeah.
And so about $100 worth all in one shot on all my friends. And,
was it in strappers, Luke? Was it in shrapnel?
It was just in shrapnel, gold coins, 50-cent coins, nothing in 20s or lower.
You would
I got back home, and then both of my parents were there, and I'm like, oh crap, what have I done now? They're like, do you want to say something? And I owned up to it. And let's just say, coming from an Italian home, I was in very, very much trouble.
Luke, so you did get busted, and your grandfather cracked it?
My grandfather was like, you know what, your dad will handle this. I know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
That's scary as a kid.
They spoke about the punishment in Italian, and I knew exactly what they were saying.
Oh, no.
Luke, would any regrets, though, or will you still take that you were king for a day at school?
You know what? I always lived my life by that day because I worked 2 or more jobs, and I'm a high school teacher right now.
Yeah.
And so I've always, decided not to do anything like that ever again.
Never again.
Luke's also rubbed a couple of banks on the side as well that no one knows
It
about.
sounds a bit muffled because he's got his balaclava on at the moment.
Guys, I've just got to go into Commonwealth Bank. I'll see you soon.
I've got a sawn off.
Laura in Richmond, where did you get your money from as a kid?
So there used to be a little, well, it's actually still there. There was a little water fountain in Windsor.
Mm-hmm.
And so me, Mum and Dad and my sister would go out for dinner. And Mum and Dad were still finishing dinner. So this is probably primary school age. And me and my sister would go out, just have a look at the other shops. And we spotted this water fountain.
Oh, no.
And yes, everybody's wishes, their coins were in there.
Yep.
So we probably just stick our arms in there, get wet, and fish out $10, and then we'd hit up the lolly shop.
Yeah.
Come back with a bunch of lollies, and the look on Mum and Dad's face was like, where the hell did you get all these lollies?
That is great.
Yeah, why have you got one wet sleeve?
Well, my wish is to get some mixed lollies, and I got my wish. I got my wish.
Laura, you need to do the Trevi fountain or something.
I do.
And And then, the guilt found out, and I found out years later that all my friends at school used to do it as well.
Oh, there you go. All fishing from the same pond.
Thanks for your call from Silverwater, Laura. I really
Thanks,
appreciate
Laura.
it.
You're listening to the Fitzy and Whipper podcast.